We bring you good tidings from the Middle Belt. Remember the story of Plateau, where over 200 Christians were killed by Fulani terrorists. According to Kangyang Pwajok, yes, she has been doing a good work on documenting some of the pictorial evidences of the attack. She said that the media, there's so much lies being told by the media and terrorist sympathizers. So she had to uh, put up pictures from the scene of the attack. The Middle Belt Patriots team visited IDP camps in Mangu, Bokos, and Bakri. This was majorly done to interface with the victims to hear their stories directly. Looking at the damages done, you're asking what help is needed. So, to give more insight on the intervention from what is being asked from the GoFundMe contribution to these people, so this post carries pictorial evidences and videos of interviews with the victims and survivors. So, looking at some of the videos, these are some of the houses that were burnt in the 24th December attack. Some partially and others were completely brought down to ashes. You can see the houses, how it's been destroyed. You can see the dilapidated state of the houses. These terrorists had to do a lot of destruction on the 24th. Some of the houses are not habitable. Yes, more pictures of the houses. Many were killed, both women and children were killed in these attacks. The condition of people at the IDP also, some of them have been living in a secondary school, which very soon they will be evacuated when the school resumes. They sleep on the floor in the classrooms, and a total of about 100 persons share a classroom in the night. You can see the situation, the way they are being, the standard of living. It's so unfortunate, so bad, so bad, so bad. These people are suffering. Also, at the hospitals where most of the victims were admitted, yes, they were also visited by these people, the Middle Belt Patriots. They were visited, some of them in the hospitals. Some of the children lost both parents, and some either their dad or mom. So, for the purposes of concealing the image of the child, we won't be showing the picture. But this child lost his dad and was admitted into the hospital to treat some of the injuries and burns. In some cases, it was children, siblings, mother, and grandfather that were killed in the attack. Their food barns were also targeted, and all their food storage burnt down. The food they planted and harvested for the dry season, and in some cases, to sell and get sources of livelihood and money for school fees, were all destroyed by these gun wielding terrorists. According to Kangyang Wajok, she says a total of 5 cars were also burnt to ashes. In one community alone, that is Mango, a total of 5 cars were burnt to ashes in one community, Mango community. Now, there's this photo about the pastor that was killed. Some of the women went to the pastor's house for Christmas celebration. They were cooking before the attack happened. The pastor was murdered, and the pot that they were using to cook was still in the exact position it was on the 24th of December 23. She says her son was beheaded and legs cut off. He was buried headless. The head was later returned a day ago and was found being eaten by dogs just behind the house. The terrorists returned the head but threw it behind their house. Now, this is being narrated by some of the survivors. The picture of the guy that was murdered, his name was Ibrahim, and Ibrahim was a final year student in the Plateau State University, Bokos. Now, another victim from another community was also visited. Now, this is the church. The church was also attacked, where Reverend Jonathan was killed with gunshots from the attack. Even some people had to struggle to escape, but they died. Look at the pool of some of the things that they survived from. Not wanting to mention at this point in time that IDP camps are in terrible conditions. They cook and eat once in a day. Sometimes they don't even have food at all in a day and depend on donations from individuals. Most of the parents have gone out to look for food when the team arrived, so they met mostly children at the IDP camps. You know that Plateau State now is a crime scene. Villagers are there and they are afraid of their lives. It is evident that the Fulani are allowed to graze in the open despite posing a threat to the existence of the villagers in that plateau. I believe what is needed to be done is that if any group poses a threat to the livelihood of a person or of a people, those groups should be prosecuted. It seems like the only tribe in Nigeria that uh, would want to go out to just kill other people are just the Fulani, and they seem to be untouchable. It's unfortunate that Plateau are going through this, and we have a supposed government that seems to be helpless in bringing security, making people safe in their hometown, in their homes. Now, we're asking that Kangyang Kwajok visit her on Twitter. You can see she's asking that we support, there's a GoFundMe account, support these guys need food and toiletries majorly, medical intervention, warm clothing and mattresses, and also intend to rebuild their houses and occupy. Yes, because if they leave the land for too long, the Fulanis will occupy the places and claim it, as we see in some other reports. Therefore, the Middle Belt Patriots team will purchase the relief materials based on what they have requested and based on the money they can afford to buy. Some of the village chiefs were visited of various communities to enlighten further on the visit and further interface with them. Yes, no pictures for that for security purposes. According to Kangyang Puajok, in his summary, amidst all this, there are just too many lies, too much lies by the media and terrorist apologies, too much spins. The people of the Middle Belt have suffered a great deal in the hands of Fulani terrorists. They are still suffering as we speak. And so we leave you with this. It is when the good do nothing that the bad guys win. I want to say a big thank you to Kangyang Pwajuk for the work well done. And also to note that the people of the Middle Belt are saying that they're not part of the North, probably because of the things they are going through in the hands of the supposed Northern Fulanis. They are crying and asking that they don't want to be part of the North. They are not Northerners because it seems that they are being preyed upon as vampires who prey upon blood.